Welcome back, everyone, to another Eat Speak Live, the most delicious streaming show in the Metroplex. I'm Bud Kennedy.
And Steve Wilson.
Everybody asks how to save money these days, where to get a good deal. Where can I feed my family? Do we have to pay $30 for dinner everywhere? I think we have somebody on who can talk about this more than, better than almost anyone else in the industry. We have Jeff Helsel from Coppell. He is the CEO of Cicis Pizza. Jeff, welcome on.
Well, thank you
Hey,
both very much
Jeff.
for the time. I appreciate you.
Jeff, I dropped in a couple of CCs. I know you're having your 40th anniversary. Congratulations. I dropped by a couple of restaurants. One, the
Thank
buffet was $6. The other one, the buffet was $8. And I mean, they charge almost nothing. And then they gave me a senior discount on top of that at the one. Um, my gosh, how are you able to maintain the price point for an all you can eat buffet?
Well, thank you very much. I think the other, part of my job is we have our own distribution company. So we really have a very great team that works on commodities and buying. And it's another big part of it is that we make our pizza and everything fresh every day. Our dough's made by hand every day. Our sauce is made by hand every day. So not having that stuff pre-made or frozen and having to ship it like that really enables us to manage our price and stay an affordable value.
Now, I want Steve to talk pizza with you in a minute, but tell us a little bit about your background. You've been with Cicis almost as long as there's been a Cicis. How did you work your way up?
Yeah, I started out at Cicis Pizza 33 years ago as a manager in Dallas, and I had grown up in Dallas Fort Worth my whole life, and started out as a manager, and then GM, DM, regional, VP of operations, then moved into the corporation as a development person over real estate, franchise, and construction. And when the founder, Joe Croce, sold the company, I went out and became a franchisee of 13 stores. And I'm still a franchisee today. I own one in Fort Worth over by TCU. So, yes, I've been in there a long time and I've loved it. And it's just been something I've enjoyed doing. And I love the team and people I do it with.
The TCU store is on 8th Avenue or Cleburne Road. Actually, they're just a couple of blocks north of Berry near the Fiesta store. It's a really nice store. It's a big store with 40 tables and a lot of games. And then you have a new restaurant in Grapevine, I believe. I didn't even look and count how many CCs there are in the county. There must be 10 or 12 in the Fort Worth market. Steve, you went and tried one, didn't you?
Well,
Give
in
us the
Dallas, Fort Worth, we've got, yeah.
Steve, give us the deep dive dish investigation of what you found.
Well, I've been curious about it. It's a couple of doors down from a sushi restaurant I eat all the time, Wasabi on Hewlin, and the Cicis is over there. And so I did try it for lunch yesterday, and they did have a large selection of pizzas, and they did keep them, stocked. They didn't. So that was good, and the pizza was okay. I mean, but the price point was excellent. I mean, then there's also pasta. There's a salad bar. I had the salad bar too, and they had soup, and you got a soda fountain over there. So uh, yeah, it was better than I expected. Because well, I normally at night when I'm eating sushi, I see a lot of families coming in, so I figured it's something that a lot of especially kids. So if you have a lot of kids, I think this would be a great place to bring your kids.
Now, did they give you the senior discount? They probably think you're not old enough for that.
Yeah, I thought about that. They do have a big thing saying that this was it that they get a discount for AARP. So I didn't have my card on me, so so I didn't bring. It's so cheap. I mean, I feel kind of bad
I,
about
I feel
trying
really,
to get.
I felt embarrassed about only paying $6 for a lunch
Yeah, I
at
mean,
TCU. It just,
it seemed like there was different days, like Monday, Tuesday. I think they had a senior special or adult special price or something like that. So that was like $6.
Jeff, what was the price when you started? How much has the price even gone up over the year?
When I started in 1992, it was $2.99 all you can eat pizza, pasta, salad, and dessert. So with inflation, we've got stores anywhere from $9.99. But as you mentioned, we have senior discounts. We have the ARP is every single day, lunch and dinner, and so it's gone up over time. But in 40 years, in the beginning, it was $2.99.
What in the world are you able to do to just keep pizzas going? And so, oh, let me ask you this: has anything changed? I think the Cicis I tried, the regular pizzas. Obviously, you've added a few things, but the regular pizzas and the Cicis was almost exactly the same as what I had 30 years ago. Has anything in your whole process or menu have people love it now when you say this is the same food you would have gotten here 30 years ago. Is Cicis the same?
When I became president in 2018, when I came back, I took our manual from 1992 and I started and tried to just restore all the original recipes. We've added new flavors, but we've got our traditional round, a thin crust, and we've also got our deep dish. And the deep dish pepperoni, properly made, is my favorite.
Well, I was going to ask you, how do you order a Cicis pizza when you go in and they say, what do you want? What should we get? I liked the deep dish at TCU. When I tried the deep dish at TCU, I thought, this competes with these other showboat pizza places. This is pretty good pizza. Tell us. So deep dish pepperoni. What are the other choices, or what are the other best picks?
We also have an Olay pizza, which is a taco pizza where we take our pizza sauce, mix it with jalapenos, and it makes a really good sauce to put on our taco pizzas. Another one of my favorites that we have. But those are largely my two big top two favorites.
Which crust do you get with the taco pizza?
Oh, thin crust. I like a crispy, real nice crispy crust. It's got fresh lettuce and cheese on it, and a salsa, and and hamburger beef, and it's just really, really good. I think the key though to everything with Cicis is when you go in, they should say if you don't see your favorite, we'll make it. But if they don't, ask for whatever it is you would get if you had something delivered at your home, or if you see things on the buffet you like. But they'll make it fresh for you, take it out to your table, and it's right out of the oven. So it's the very best way to use Cicis.
So a deep dish pepperoni or a thin crust taco pizza. Well, that thin crust, that's barely thicker than a tortilla. So that really would be
Oh
like
yeah.
a taco pizza. Steve, did you look at the salad bar or anything? You said you saw the soup.
I did do the salad bar. Actually, I did two trips to the salad bar,
Okay.
but and also there was there were actually a dessert area too. Like had some sort of dessert pizza, and I did have one of the brownies. So actually, for the price, I did eat a lot.
Well, let's talk about pizza buffets. I mean, I've been eating pizza buffets for 50 years, obviously. If you've seen me, you can tell that. But the definitive pizza buffet over here is Parton's on Cherry Lane, south of 30. It's just like it was when it opened in the 60s or 70s. It's thin cracker crust pizza, big salad bar, a lot of holiday decorations. It's a great pizza, a lot of fun. That's kind of the big pizza buffet. And then some of the Pizza Huts have a buffet now. The one in the Stockyards has a buffet. I take note of that because it opens at 10:30 instead of 11. So if you're grabbing an early lunch, you can go to the buffet in the Stockyards. But and then you have the Mama's restaurants have a buffet during the week at lunch, and Mama's is kind of the old Fort Worth standard, the go-to for pizza. It's a soft crust with a rolled garlic brushed, almost New Jersey style, is what I've been told. And so Mama's buffet is really something different. But some of those buffets that I mentioned, they're up in the $12, $14 range, and not the Pizza Hut, but the others. So, just as far as where you can come in and you can pick your pizza, and get all of it you want and pay less than $10. And am I wrong? You can pick your pizza, get all you want, and it's less than $10. Is that right?
Yeah, I think
Mine,
that's really our niche. You know, you named a lot of great places that I used over time, but the key with Cicis is it's the variety. It's if you don't see your favorite, we'll make you anything you want, and you can have as much of it as you want. So it's all you can eat. So that's why we call ourselves the best pizza value anywhere. And so that's really our niche.
What about, is the marinara something special? It was a little more spicy than expected. It wasn't bland. It was really a very representative marinara.
Yeah, the original founder, when I started, he had actually every store had a spice box in it. He had custom spices, and then we would mix it with fresh tomatoes, and that was the sauce. And we went back over the last couple of years and tried to use that original recipe to get something that we could get across all 280 of our stores and the 61 in Dallas Fort Worth. So we've tried to restore that sauce to the original. It does have a little punch to it.
Tell us about what you're doing for this 40th birthday. What's special for the celebration? You brought back some things, the dessert pizza. Tell us about the all the hubbub about Cicis 40th year.
Yeah, well, you were talking a little bit about desserts. We've had LTOs like our Oreo pizza. We have cinnamon rolls and brownies and things like that all the time. But you know, we've really just been trying to celebrate with our franchisees and our team here at the office. I've been here 33 years, but there's a lot of people that have been here as long or in some cases longer in our brand. So really just trying to reach out, celebrate with the guests. You know, we've had different value plays. We just rolled out loyalty. And if you sign up for our loyalty app, you can actually bring your whole family in for $2.99 a person. So that's just launched system wide. But
Steve,
our
I almost
first
fell out
loyalty
of my
program. So
chair.
$2.99, we should be pretty busy.
$2.99 a person. This has got to be the ultimate answer to where can we afford to eat out these days? Are you seeing that customer that used to come to Cicis and now they're coming back because of the price point? Are you seeing that kind of a little bump, or are you as troubled as the rest of the industry?
Well, as folks that grew up here, we all know that everybody in the country's found Texas. Everybody in the world's found Texas. So there's a lot of people that don't know we've been around for 40 years. So we're meeting a lot of new folks from out of state. And there are a lot of people that went there with their kids, you know, teachers, preachers, coaches, and that, you know, now, you know, with kids out of the house are starting to come back again with our relationship with ARP and those kind of things. But it's really amazing, as long as we've been here, how many people don't know we're here. But I think the focus is next year, our big focus is on quality, consistency across all of our stores, all of our 110 franchisees. And then the other big focus is really making sure we're going to make it a big pillar of our marketing campaign, making sure that people understand if you walk up there and it's all the pizzas have meat on them and you're a vegetarian, that we'll make you literally anything we have in any combination on any dough. And you can have just as many of those slices or pizzas as you want. But it's really the customization and personalization is what sets Cicis apart. And we were talking about your visits. And, you know, in fairness, they did not say, you know, if you don't see your favorite pizza, but it's really just making sure we communicate with the guests that they know that we'll make them whatever they want. That's what sets us apart and what makes us special.
Yeah, and one of the pizzas I like and I always try is a jalapeno, olive, and mushroom. And they didn't have the other. I won't even name the other suburban store I went to. The TCU store was good, but the other suburban store had 6 pizzas and 3 of them were either pepperoni and sausage. So there wasn't any kind of veggie pizza or even the spinach pizza. There wasn't anything like that out at all. So that's really great. You mentioned the founder of Cicis.
Yeah,
Was there? Go ahead.
Oh no,
Was
Joe.
that?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, that's good.
Go ahead and finish that. But tell us about what you were going to say about veggie pizzas. But tell us about the founder of Cicis. What was his legacy? Had he worked in one of the great pizza chains of the '60s, or how did he come into the pizza business?
No, his background is really he was playing football at SMU, went to SMU, and after he graduated, he started Cicis in Plano, Texas, about 2 miles from where I grew up in 1985. And he came from Brooklyn, New York, and loved pizza and didn't find anything he liked. And that's really one of the things that attracted me. Joe Croce was really focused on quality. And when I started in 1992 at store number 13, he was very maniacal about the quality, and QSC starts with a Q for a reason. And he was really particular about the food. And he knew if you handmade it, that you could really provide it at a value. But yeah, without variety, we're nothing. If we don't make that veggie pizza for that person that likes that, or, I love pepperoni and jalapeno, but if I only see pepperoni up there, I'm not going to get what I want. And our ovens cook in less than 5 minutes. So from the time you make your special request to the time you're halfway through your salad, we should be dropping that pizza off to your table, 2, 3 slices, whatever you ask for, and you're getting that hot, fresh pizza exactly the way you want it. But you're never going to walk into a Cicis and see mushrooms, olives, and just the way you like it. And that's why we have to do a better job of communicating to you that we'll make you whatever you like.
It sounds like between the three of us, we have 3 orders of jalapeno here. I think we all like that. Steve, what pizza did you grow up loving in Arlington? What was your pizza growing up as a kid?
Mama's Pizza.
Mama's
I
on
like
Cooper?
it was sausage and mushroom was my favorite, and
Sure,
I
yeah,
still
Mama's.
I still do the Mama's buffet, occasionally, maybe once a week, but it is it's I'm not for sure. They must have different pricing. Sometimes they go in there and it's $13, and sometimes they go in there and it's $15. I don't know. It's just different every day, so I don't know exactly what the price is. And I guess it
The
sounds like
Mama's.
it sounds like Cicis is kind of that way too. It seems like certain days or certain specials going on, or for because I was looking to see just how much it was, and I went yesterday or day before, it would have been like $6, $5.95 or something like that.
Yeah.
Are there like what are the days or for the specials y'all have at the Cicis, Jeff?
The Monday, Tuesday, right, Jeff?
Yeah, we have a Monday, Tuesday special, but there's different things we do for different day parts. Us card carrying members of the AARP, they have a discount. We have different things for, veterans, but we convey, digitally, different offers and different days. Not unlike, massive brands like McDonald's. Value is very important. People are unbelievably stretched, and the folks, when they get stretched, they trade down from full service dining experiences into more QSR brands. And so, but we understand, and our team understands that value is a critical part of getting people in there, and then trying to keep them coming through value.
So if I go
What
to
was
the
your
Apple
thing?
Store, so if I go to the Apple Store on my phone, there's a CC's app, and I can download that, and then maybe get a $2.99 pizza thing.
You and I can go for $2.99. We could take the whole office maybe for $2.99. I think that sounds like hard.
You
We
do it.
could get
Come to TCU. We'll do it.
does maybe the app has like a hardworking journalist discount, a first responder journalist, maybe starving journalist discount. What was your favorite pizza growing up, Jeff? You grew up in the Dallas Highland Park area?
Well, I grew up in Plano, and growing up, I think we all ventured into the Pizza Inn and Pizza Hut buffets. We also had a Mama's very close to my house, probably a mile and a half, 2 miles away. But really, when I first got exposed to Cicis, back in 85, I was in 11th grade. We would go there. We had open campus lunch, and we would go there for lunch. And for $2.99, you couldn't beat it. I couldn't go to Dairy Queen for that price at the time, right? So, and now when you look at now in today's world, you look at how expensive school lunches are for the kids. It's very, very expensive. It's very hard on parents, and so price is still very, very important to this day. Yeah.
Yeah, we went to there was a Pizza Hut in the neighborhood, the buffet. We went to Pizza Inn in high school, and then in college at TCU, we started going to the Mamas on Berry, which is close to your TCU store over there now. But their buffet is obviously quite a bit more expensive than yours. $5.99 is the price of an egg salad sandwich at 7-Eleven. I mean, people could have a whole pizza buffet for the price of a 7-Eleven sandwich, and I just think that's remarkable. What's going on in the pizza industry right now? I mean, we have a lot of really high-end pizzas. Mr. O1 just opened. We have a lot of Pie Tap and the brick oven pizzas, and then we have the companies like Pie 5 that are trying to kind of have a Chipotle concept. What's going on in the whole pizza industry, and where do you fit in?
Well, we're definitely not, the O1 pizza you talked about. I've been there, and I feel like it's really good pizza. Our niche is really teachers, preachers, coaches, after the game, folks that go out for a lunch and don't really have that time or the money to go to a sit down, wait kind of restaurant. We really should be the fastest of the foods, right? If it's all up there and ready to eat and full and fresh, from the time you pay to the time you have food in your hand, there's really nobody, faster from that standpoint. But I think really, speed of service, the personalization, when we do it right, when we communicate it right, that you can have your own, pizza just the way you want it. And I think especially for adults to go in, it's really important. They like pizza the way they like it. Steve said he likes sausage and mushroom, and that's a great pizza. People like beef and onion. There's different combinations that people like. And
What are,
if we can get that pizza special request made for them in 5 minutes or less, that's the goal.
we didn't name the unusual toppings. What are some of the things people might not expect that are toppings available?
Well, obviously we have pepperonis, we have green pepper, onion, jalapeno. I think we have just about everything everybody else has. We have anchovies. We still have people that come in and love
Well,
those anchovies. But we have a lot of unique sauces and flavors that we have a barbecue pizza, spinach Alfredo, a macaroni and cheese pizza. We talked about that, Bud, more of a kid friendly pizza. But we just have a lot of different flavors and things that others don't have. Bacon ends up on a lot of special requests. People like this and bacon, so whatever they want. But that's a big part of what we do, is try to give them what they like.
yeah, the TCU store had a half barbecue, half buffalo chicken, which I thought was a really intriguing matchup combination. Well, is there anything else you want to tell us about Cicis or about your anniversary? I can't let you list all 81 stores, but tell us what else you want us to know about Cicis Pizza.
No, I think the big thing I would love everybody to know about CC's Pizza is that, it is a really great place for, to have birthday parties, to have a quick lunch, to have a fast dinner after the soccer game and a soccer practice and those kind of things. Value is always going to be a big part of what we do. And the quality of a buffet really depends on making sure that, when people ask for a special request, we make it. Because the most expensive pizza we make, if somebody says, hey, what's the most expensive pizza you make? It's really the one nobody eats. So if we're guessing and putting things on the buffet, and that's not what Steve Butt or your listeners want, then it's going to go in the trash can ultimately, right? So we want to make your favorite pizza. And if I could get everybody to know that, this would be the best interview I ever did.
You've probably been to the big Mr. Gaddy's Arcade out on the South I-20. They have huge games and arcade, and I mean, I think you all have got a better brand and a better product, a better experience than what Mr. Gaddy's is putting out there. So it just, I think I'm impressed. I think
And
that some of the stores do well and some of the stores are not holding up to your consistency. But well, Jeff,
yeah,
thank
I
you very
think
much.
that's the biggest thing.
I'm sorry, there's a little delay for us. That's why we're kind of choppy today. But Jeff, thank you very much for leading us around the buffet, showing us around Cicis Pizza, and telling us what to order. Deep dish pepperoni, thin crust taco pizza. I'm going to get one of each of those to go and bring it to the office next time we have pizza in the office. Thank you very much, Jeff Helsel, the boss of Cicis Pizza today on Eat Speed Live. Until next time, I'm Bud Kennedy.
And Steve Wilson.